Well, here we go with part 2. So we've talked about a matrix is a rectangular array of numbers arranged in rows and columns. We talked about their dimensions, about individual elements. Now I want to talk about what they could be used for. If you notice on page 401, the title of our unit, or this section, is Organizing Data into Matrices. And matrices have a lot of uses in the business world and the real world, and it's basically taking information and arranging it in a way that it can be easily seen and organized and manipulated. And if you notice that example 3 on page 165, we have energy production, and we have China, Russia, and the United States, and it's a bar graph. And they were able to take the information from the bar graph and turn it into a matrix. They have words out beside each row of the matrix, as well as above each column. And that's just to kind of explain what the numbers mean. A lot of matrices will not have this, but when you have a lot of different information, the words are useful in figuring out what the different data represent. So we have taken the bar graph that was pictured on 165 and turned it into a matrix. And then that matrix could be used to talk about the information, or maybe to add some different sets of information together. If you look at example 4 on page 166, you'll see that they have the gymnast, they have 3 different ladies and their exercises on 4 different events. And they took that information and turned it into a matrix. Basically, for the matrix, you kind of drop a lot of the information except for the numbers, and you keep the numbers in the same order that they are given. And you see I'm running out of room, so hopefully you'll plan a little better than I did. But again, it's just a way of taking information, maybe from a bar graph or from a table, and writing it in matrix form. And tomorrow we'll see how we can add and subtract these matrices together and some of their applications. So part of your homework will be taking information and turning it into a matrix. And so they'll kind of tell you what to do for the rows and for the columns. They're also going to ask you to state the dimensions and the elements, as I mentioned in our other video. Your homework is going to be in the book, page 166, the even, 2 through 14, 15 through 17, 27 and 28, and on a worksheet that I'm going to upload, which says practice 4.1 on it. I want you to do 1 through 14. And I'm going to make this an assignment in Schoology, and it is going to be due by 7 p.m. tonight, or Tuesday night. And by then I will have hopefully uploaded our lesson on adding and subtracting, which will be due Wednesday. And remember that we will have a quiz Friday over what we've learned so far about matrices. So shoot me your questions, and I'll be available to talk, hopefully through the interweb, from 9:30 to 10 o'clock tomorrow.